Hello class. Today we're talking about jokes. More specifically, highbrow comedy. I wish this showed up better. Does any of these markers show up well enough to see anything? Day. There are three things that make good jokes. The way that you want a joke to work, the way you want everything to land. And I believe there's one type of joke or humor, if you will, that encapsulates all three of these things perfectly. But let's first, of course, go over what makes a good highbrow joke that everybody can relate to. Relatable. You want your joke or whatever you're saying to be able to apply to everybody. You want literally everybody in the room to not feel ostracized because of it. Now, things like memes or very specific jokes can be funny, they can be good, they can work. For like nerd people, if you make a joke about a video game or something that most people don't get and somebody gets it, that is very funny. But again, I think when you're doing this highbrow comedy, you want anybody who's thinking about it to get it. And if you're doing something so specific that most people in the room won't get it, I don't think it can count as a highbrow joke. You cut out so much of the audience. Comedy has a way of being able to talk about interesting, weird things. Things that are a little taboo. You want what you're saying to be a thing that maybe shouldn't be said, but because of how you're saying it, the way you're stating this thing, it's funny, it works. Frick, this isn't even a bit. I had three things. What was it?
Ty looks like the Flintstones character. You look like this guy.
Lastly, for making a good joke, the way that kind of humor works in general is you want to be, think about it this way, you're taking somebody down a certain way, like you're taking a walk, and you want to 180 from what you were doing. You want to do a verbal juke, if you will. Verbal juke, if you will. I think there's one subject matter, there's one thing that you can invoke not only infinite amount of jokes from, but is transcendent. It is a thing that you can use for any joke. It'll be funny anytime, anywhere, throughout time, because everybody can relate to it. This has a phrase that was colloquialized in my house, that it's a term my mom came up with. It's called potty humor. Potty humor checks all these boxes, and I know maybe you're thinking it doesn't. Let's kind of go over this. You want it to be relatable. By show of hands, how many of you have ever pooped? Hey, by show of hands, how many have ever pooped?
I'm going through
You're
Instagram.
a liar. You're a liar. Everybody poops. Potty humor is what unites us. Taboo. How many of you guys have ever been told that's not table talk? Don't bring that up. Hey, gross, we're eating. Not right now. Could just be a me thing. I've been told this so many times when just trying to talk about a deuce or two. Killing it. Verbal juke. There are all kinds of ways to say this. You can lead somebody down the road, and the juke can be, how many different ways can you think of doing a poopy or pee-pee reference? Soft serve, Charlie Brown, deucin', poop, fudgeling, dropping kids off at the pool, tinkle wizard, whizzin', leaking the lizard. There's essentially an infinite way to reference peeing that you can subvert expectations. You can do that verbal 180, and all you just gotta do is talk about what comes out of the dingle.